Welcome back to the channel. My name is Thomas Fletcher and I'm the host of the LCSW network. If you're new to the channel, please do me a favor by smashing that like button, by subscribing to the channel, and by sharing this video with your social work colleagues and friends. The purpose of this channel is to create a community of hope and support where social workers can come for relevant news, information, and inspiration. Well, welcome back to Self-Care Saturday. Welcome back to Season 4, Episode 27 of our Self-Care Saturday series. So this is Part 3 of our SAMHSA Recovery Model series that we are doing this month in honor of September being Recovery Month. So in this episode, we will be reviewing 3 guiding principles of recovery. And those 3 guiding principles are: recovery is holistic, recovery is supported by peers and allies, and recovery is supported through relationships and social networks. So again, if you have not watched the previous 2 episodes in this series, I would invite you to do that, because we are using the SAMHSA recovery model. We're using the lens of the SAMHSA recovery model to practice self-care in a more deliberate and intentional fashion, utilizing these guiding principles of the SAMHSA recovery model. So let's go over recovery is holistic. So recovery encompasses an individual's whole life, including mind, body, spirit, and community. This includes addressing self-care practices, family, housing, employment, transportation, education, clinical treatment for mental disorders and substance use disorders, services and supports, primary health care, dental care, complementary and alternative services, faith, spirituality, creativity, social networks, and community participation. The array of services and supports available should be integrated and coordinated. So again, this is how SAMHSA defines holistic recovery for our clients, for our patient populations. But again, it's important that we not forget that we are individuals that have all of these components as well. We all have mind, body, spirits, and we live in communities. And we also, we have families, we have housing, employment, transportation, education, everything that they talk about for our clients. We have to give ourselves some time and attention to all these things as well. So it's important that we support ourselves holistically with all of these things: primary health care, dental health care, complementary and alternative services, faith, spirituality, creativity. It's important that, while we're taking care of our clients and taking care of our families and our friends, that we're also taking care of ourselves by remembering that we are mind, body, spirit, and community, and all these other aspects that they lay out. Okay, so all of these are important for our self-care. The next guiding principle that we're going to talk about today is recovery is supported by peers and allies. So mutual support and mutual aid groups, including the sharing of experiential knowledge and skills, as well as social learning, play an invaluable role in recovery. Peers encourage and engage other peers and provide each other with a vital sense of belonging, supportive relationships, valued roles in community. Through helping others and giving back to the community, one helps oneself. Peer-operated supports and services provide important resources to assist people along their journeys of recovery and wellness. Professionals can also play an important role in the recovery process by providing clinical treatment and other services that support individuals in their chosen recovery paths. While peers and allies play an important role for many in recovery, their role for children and youth may be slightly different. So while SAMHSA is applying the notion of peers, um, basically what they're talking about are people with lived experiences, with lived experience with mental health, substance use disorders, maybe even unhoused status or homelessness, and other life circumstances. But again, we can apply this concept of peers amongst ourselves. So again, especially for those of us that may be working in private practice, we especially if we're working in a solo private practice, if we're not working in a group practice, it's really important that we create that social network of other licensed clinical social workers or other licensed psychologists or psychiatrists or MFTs, and all the other licensed mental health professionals. It's important that we create those social networks for ourselves while we're doing this work, and that we get peer support, peer feedback. Um, and this notion of peer is also important outside of our professional lives. So again, the notion of friendships and friends, whether these are friends from elementary, high school, college, friends that we meet, after school, peers that share our hobbies, our interests, our avocational interests. It's so important. Again, this aligns with the notion of friendships, right? And allies, peers and allies. This is really important. All right. So the last guiding principle that we're going to talk about in this video is recovery is supported through relationships and social networks. So an important factor in the recovery process is the presence and involvement of people who believe in the person's ability to recover, who offer hope, support, and encouragement, and who also suggest strategies and resources for change. Family members, peers, providers, faith groups, community members, and other allies form vital support networks. Through these relationships, people leave unhealthy and or unfulfilling life roles behind and engage in new roles such as partner, caregiver, friend, student, employee that lead to a greater sense of belonging, personhood, empowerment, autonomy, social inclusion, and community participation. So we can see, obviously we know as clinicians, as social workers, as licensed mental health professionals, that when we're working with our clients, we need to encourage them to break those unhealthy relationships that they may be in with people that may be using substances. These people may be their friends, they may be even family members, and we tell them, like, look, you're seeing me for therapy, maybe for co-occurring mental health and substance use disorder, and part of the treatment plan is joining a 12-step group, getting a sponsor, creating a new healthy network of relationships and friends, and breaking the unhealthy friend relationships, the unhealthy family relationships. So we know this for our clients, but how many of us are actually practicing this for ourselves? Again, not just in our professional lives, but in our personal lives as well. Are we sustaining ourselves with healthy relationships and with healthy social networks? That's a critical question that each of us has to ask ourselves. All right, so again, we reviewed 3 guiding principles from the SAMHSA recovery model. Today we talked about recovery is holistic, recovery is supported by peers and allies, and recovery is supported through relationships and social networks. So I'm going to stop there, but I want to thank you all for watching this video. For all the social workers and other licensed mental health professionals, thank you for the work that you do every day, for your clients, for your agency, and for the profession. Please continue to support each other and yourselves. Bye for now.